we are going to look into what is project scope management and what are the two important things which we need to avoid in scope management. Scope management is all about ensuring that you build what has been defined as scope in the project. Nothing more, nothing less in the project. What you have defined is what you need to build in your project, right? So now, what are the two key things which you need to avoid in scope management? One is scope creep and the other is gold plating. What is scope creep? Scope creep is unavoidable changes which is creeping into the project is called as scope creep. See, for example, in our house, we never know how these cockroaches or these lizards are coming inside. But one fine day, we can find cockroaches and lizards in our house. Similarly, these changes in the project, we never know how it comes inside the project or even a process. But over a period of time, when we check, we see that there are extra steps or extra features which got added into the project, product, or even our process. To give an instance, let us take one of your team member is supposed to create a bi-weekly report. That is, alternative weeks he has to create a report. He is doing this report on a bi-weekly basis, but one fine day or 1 week, he sees that his productivity is less. To compensate for his lesser productivity, let's say he is building this or creating this report, which is not due this week. And the next week, that is the following week, the report is due and he creates the report as per the schedule. The following week, when the report is not due, he is creating the report. Over a period of time, this bi-weekly report becomes a weekly report. So over a period of time, as everyone sees this report on a weekly basis, no one notices or realizes this is supposed to be a bi-weekly report, but not a weekly report. And over a period of time, it could be also possible where there is escalation when this report is not coming. So this is scope creep, which is some changes gets added into the project without anyone noticing it or without following the protocol of change management process. How can you avoid this? If you're going to do a control scope on a periodic basis, you can identify what is built extra other than which has been defined in the scope statement can be identified and rectified. Got it? The other one which you need to avoid is gold plating. What is that? You take a conscious effort to build this extra feature with the intention of adding value to the customer, delighting the customer. So again, this has to be avoided. Build what has been defined. But you may be thinking or saying, if this is going to be a value add for the customer, why should I not give it? Okay, give it, but follow the protocol. What is that? Check whether the customer would like to have this additional feature for this product. So check with him whether he would like to have it. If he says yes, then do the impact analysis and other analysis. And let's say you have extra money and time to build this feature, which you're going to give it at free of cost for the customer. Then set the expectation that if this customer requires this, you are ready to build it, but only this feature can be given at free of cost. So nothing else in the future, because he should not think he can keep coming back to demand any free features or functionalities. And suppose the customer says, no, I don't want it. There ends the story. Or on the other hand, the customer accepts, he wants this additional feature, but let's take you don't have the budget and the time to build it. Then you can demand extra time or request extra time and extra money to build this feature. If the customer says, no, it will cost extra, then I don't want it, then there ends the story. But if the customer says, it's okay, I'll pay for this extra feature, I will give you extra time to build it, great. So in that case, suppose your customer has accepted it, either you are paying from the pocket or the customer is paying from his pocket, either case, submit this as change request to your change control board. Based on the approval, make changes to your respective plans and the documents, and now execute this extra feature. Now, when you're going to execute this feature, this is not an extra feature because you have got all the relevant approvals and have updated your document. So what is scope management? To ensure that you build what has been defined. And two things which has to be avoided is gold plating and scope creep. How you can ensure that you are building only what has been defined? On a periodic basis, do control scope. So what is that? You're going to compare your actuals, what you're building, against your plan and ensure it is in line with the plan. Suppose you have to accommodate something new or you need to make changes to the scope, then you have to submit your change request, get the approval, make changes to the respective plans and the documents, and then you can make these additional features or build these additional features. I hope you understood what is scope management and what is the two things which you need to avoid, which is gold plating and scope creep, and how you can avoid these things. If you like this video, if you have understood about the scope management, then like this video and subscribe to our channel for more knowledge sharing. Thank you.